Hey everybody, so today's video is going to be some rehouses that I did. I'm sitting in my car waiting in line for lunch. I had to rehouse my Petersi and my H gigas for because they both have mold in their enclosures, and then I rehoused my darlingi just because I was tired of that enclosure, and it was I didn't like the enclosure. I didn't like how it was set up, so I rehoused that one. And then I have a surprise rehouse that I wasn't planning on when I was originally planning on doing these rehouses. I wasn't planning on this rehouse, but I have a surprise rehouse, and if you follow me on Clapper, then which is still under Langdon Farms on Clapper, then you already will know what that surprise rehouse is. And then I'm going to follow it up with a really short time lapse that I did after that rehouse. So let's get started. Okay, so I have two rehouses that need to be done because of mold. This is my Pamphobetus Petersi, or the red bloom bird eater, Damiana. She needs her enclosure done because she has mold. She just molted recently, but it's been, I don't know, about 2 weeks or so, and she's ready to, and she's eaten. I'm going to change her from this tank because I hate this top, and I hate this top. And it hasn't been a problem with her because she doesn't climb up here or try to like get up here, so it hasn't been an issue with her. But I don't have a way to hold this top on, so I'm having to use this to like keep weight on it, and I don't like this top, and I haven't been able to find plexiglass. So but I got this huge enclosure. It's a herp colt enclosure, and so I'm going to put her in this, and it's actually a bigger enclosure, just slightly bigger, and I think it's wider, so it's a bigger enclosure. So what I have to do first is I need to reuse the rocks down here. So what I need to do is I need to get her out, then I need to take these plants out really carefully, dump the dirt, clean the rocks, and then put the rocks in here and put more substrate in here and re-add the plants, because it was supposed to be a bioactive, and I had springtails in it, and then it dried out because I didn't realize she was setting on top of my bearded dragon tank, and I didn't realize it was getting hot. Oh, look, she has a window. Look, I had never even moved it, so I didn't know she had a window, but look, she's got a window. You can see her in there. So I didn't realize it was getting that much heat from the bottom. So it dried out, and I think my springtails died, and because they like a lot of moisture, it got mold growing in it. So that's why we're doing the rehouse. I am going to set it back up bioactive. It looks like over here she's getting down into the mesh, so I don't know. We'll see what it looks like when I pull her out. I might not use the mesh because it looks like she's trying to eat it, and I don't want any of this to get tangled on her, so I might not use the mesh. We might just pull it out as it is. But I'm gonna move this enclosure, set up my camera, and then pull her, and then we'll get her out. Okay, so we're gonna start out with I'm just gonna move all of the plants and everything into this other deal because I do want to save the plants. I I need to look at this thing again and see if it's leaking. But I do have some other plants that I'm gonna put in here that I think will do nicely in here. This was a little vine that I bought that's made for like aquariums. But I have some other plants to go in here, so I don't have my big tweezers. Okay, this is a nice sized I'm going to clean that and see if I can use it again. I'm going to try to get her to come up this way. I don't want a bunch of this stuff to fall on her. Come out. Oh wow, look at how pretty she's gotten. She's gotten so pretty. I was thinking she wasn't gonna, I don't think she's gonna fit in that. I brought a bigger deal. It does have a fresh molt on her, so I'm gonna try to get her to come up a little bit. I don't want too much of this dirt because I don't want it to, I'm just gonna try to get her to move up onto this thingy because I would prefer not getting too much of this dirt that's got the mold in it. So I'm just trying to push her ever so slightly, but she doesn't want to go. No aggression with her. She just doesn't want to move. And this is about how she does. She's pretty chill most of the time. She's got her little feet like planted on the edge of this plastic, like, no, I don't want to go and I don't want to leave my home. Come on, Dommy. Move your foot. Good girl. All right, there you can get a nice good look at her. She's hunkered up and got herself all squished up, but there she is. So I'm going to go clean this cork bark really well and then just move all this aside. Since I'm not going to try to save the pebbles down here, I'll just move this aside and we'll go get this other tank ready to set up, and then we'll be ready to put her in a new tank. Okay, so I've got the tank all set up now. Nice little like starter burrow there with the cork bark. Got the plants back in. I did add this plant over here, this one right here. And we are gonna get her and we're gonna put her back in and let her check it out. My guess is she's not gonna do much of anything once I open this. She's just gonna like kind of do nothing. I'm hoping Let me see if I just take this, if I can get her to just let go of it. There you go. All right, there she is. In her new enclosure. Look how pretty she looks. She's really getting some nice color on her now. I don't know how big she is. I didn't measure the molt. I'd left it in there for a little while until it kind of gotten messed up. So I didn't like really measure the molt. But hopefully she will make herself at home here in the next few days and start enjoying herself. But I've got one more to mold, to rehouse. My Histocratus gigas has also got mold in his his or her enclosure. I haven't got a sexed molt from this one yet, so I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to just rehouse it in the exact same enclosure it's already in, just to just until I can get a molt. It did molt, so hopefully when I pull him out, maybe I can get a hold of that molt and I can sex it real quick, because if it's a female, I would like to set it up. I have another enclosure kind of like this that I would like to maybe set him up in, that I think will be a good size for him. I don't know, we will see. Okay, so the next rehouse is the H gigas. I'm thinking I might also rehouse my C. darlingi. That one really needs a new enclosure, but this one is important because mold, lots and lots of mold. And the T is back in this back corner back here. So I'm hoping I can pull out the cork bark without and expose some of his tunnels. Like I said, I haven't gotten a molt off of this one that I can sex yet. There's lots and lots of mold. I just watched him go back this way, and so he's in this tunnel back here. So, what?
It's nice and toasty in here.
It's always toasty in here. This room is so hot. So I'm gonna see. I think I'm gonna take this out.
Here, let me put it over here.
And I'm gonna try to just. Last time this is how I rehoused him, and it went relatively well. This one is an African species, so I have been letting this enclosure dry out, but yeah, you can definitely smell the mold. It's bad. I can see the spider. Spider is right there, like right here. So I'm not in any danger right here of hurting him. I'm not seeing any mold. I know he just molted not too long ago. But he's not really good at throwing out a molt. So I'm gonna see if I can't expose him now. Oh, okay, there he is. We're gonna try to use the same bowl. Oh, he just went into another burrow. He would rather run than fight right now, which is good. He can't go up my tongs though, so I'm trying to be... I'm trying not to get... I don't want to get too many of these spores on him. Because I don't want these things to like go into the next enclosure. I think it would be better to cup him with this. It's a little bit big, but I think I can get her to go into it. Hey, Brittany.
Yeah.
Can you run into the pantry and get me one of the white lids?
Yeah. Is it still alive?
Yeah, he's alive. Yeah, it's the mold. That's why I'm rehousing him. I don't know if you can see him very well in there. Never mind, Brittany. I'll just use this bowl.
Okay. I'm gonna get my cheesy tenders.
I'll just see if I'll just see if I can't get him to go into this bowl. If I can get him to go into this bowl, I can just put the lid.
Is he mature?
No, it's not mature.
He's ginormous.
Yeah, it's pretty good size. I'm gonna try to get him to go down and just like be in this bowl.
What kind of spider is he?
Histocratus gigas.
Cool.
I'll just do this. I'm just gonna do this. That'll make it easier. We don't have to worry about anything. You can't really see him, but I'll show him a little bit better after I set up the tank. I do think I'm just gonna put him back in the exact same type of enclosure that he is in now because I think it's a good size. I'm gonna have to try to get me a different cork bark because this one has got mold on it, and I'm gonna need to do a better cleaning on this than I did on Damiana's. Damiana's didn't have mold on the actual cork bark. So I'm gonna do that and get this other enclosure set up, and then we'll be back. Okay, so I decided not to go with the cork bark on this one. He doesn't really need a cork bark. He will make his own burrow, and he is gonna need a larger enclosure fairly soon. Okay. I'm just gonna use this water dish for right now. If I could ever get a molt and sex him out, I would get him or her a better enclosure, but for right now we're just gonna go with this because he's gonna dig and do his thing and go down to the bottom and dig himself a nice little hole. He probably needs a rehouse fairly soon. He came out of the thing, so you can see him there. Not too soon. Maybe a couple more molts, he'll be ready to rehouse. Problem is you don't see him very often, so it's hard to tell size on these guys, but probably not too long before he'll be ready for a rehouse. Let me grab this cup. Hopefully he doesn't decide to bolt out. I'm gonna turn the bowl, and I'm hoping we can just get him to shimmy on into his little burrow without any threat postures or upsettedness. There you go. There he is. Or her. I don't know what it is yet. Don't know if it's a boy or a girl yet, but there it is. All nice and rehoused. I need to order me some more springtails. Apparently all my springtails have died out. I had them underneath in a cabinet, and I guess I wasn't doing a very good job of making sure that they had what they needed, and they all died out. And so I need to order me some more springtails. And then springtails need to go in here. Springtails need to go into Damiana's enclosure and a couple others. I'm gonna see if I have anything suitable for the sea darlingi to move into right now. This is a little bit too big for the sea darlingi right now. It's still, I don't know, it's only about that big. It's not too huge yet. So I don't know if I have anything suitable for it to go into yet. I'm gonna see, and if I do, we'll have another rehouse. If not, it'll have to wait a little bit longer, but we shall see. Okay, so we are going to attempt to do this sea darlingi. I hate this enclosure that this one is in, and he's webbed up the whole top of it, and he's got a nice little burrow, but I don't like that I can't see him because these guys can have a nasty bite. If you don't know what a sea darlingi is, these guys have the horns. I'm gonna try to get him into this catch cup. Hopefully he's not gonna shoot back down his burrow. So what we're gonna try to do problem is there's a cork bark, and I'm hoping I can just get him to decide to go up into the catch cup. I'm just giving him enough pressure on underneath him that maybe he'll just try to get him to go. So these are the horned baboons. Not going to be able to really see him in the cup because it's not a clear cup, but he's there. There's nothing wrong with this enclosure really, except for I just don't like it. He webs up the top. I can't see through it. I am going to reuse some of his webbing just to make him happy, since he just so he'll just feel comfortable when I put him back in. So I'm gonna save some of this webbing right here. I'm gonna go set up the other enclosure. I'm gonna move him into this. I won't be able to see him on the top, but I'm gonna leave it low enough I'm gonna leave the substrate low enough for him, because he does burrow all the way down. I'm gonna leave the substrate low, and then he webs a lot. I'm gonna leave it low enough, so hopefully I'll be able to see where he's at through the webbing. But we're gonna go set this up and get it ready. Oh, and the other reason why I wanted to change all this out is I accidentally bought the wrong stuff one point. This is perlite, and I'm supposed to be using vermiculite, and so I'm trying to get rid of all these enclosures that have this perlite in them. And since he's big enough now, we're going to attempt that. Okay, so I've got this all set up. I decided to forego the cork bark and just do a starter burrow.
It's a lot bigger than the other one.
So there it is in there. My daughter wanted to see the horn. Can you see the horn on his head, up by his head? It's little. It'll get bigger.
I think I do.
Yeah, it's like a little black horn. So I'm trying to, I don't want to dump him.
I'm not gonna dump him apparently either. Anyways.
Apparently not. Now, Jessie.
You got the baby. Don't poke it with the baby.
Come on. Down, down, down. All the way down.
And what you do is take this hand and whack the thing out of Dad's mouth. That's doing so much.
That works nicely for P. murinus, but apparently not so much for these guys.
I'm telling you, I can get them out of that cup.
Yes, I know you could get him out of the cup, Jesse. Let's not. And not hurt my spider.
It wouldn't hurt him.
It would hurt him.
It would be a very gentle flick to the side of the cup.
No. No flicking my spider. It doesn't want to go.
You can't even just leave me there because it's not safe.
Well, this isn't the right type of...
Oh, that's not terrifying at all.
Oh, God. Okay, well,
Get me off.
calm down. Calm down. Now you can see his horn. You want to see his horn? Can everybody see his horn? See, that was fun. Now you can see your horn. See it?
Yeah.
No, I don't need that. Just
The
need
only
her to
reason I
go.
freaked out a bit is because it's a giant spider and I have a baby.
Well, I freaked out just a tad.
Yeah, that didn't help either.
Alrighty. She's in there. There it is. Hopefully he'll find his starter burrow. He's probably really upset about the fact that he doesn't know where he's at now.
So is it a he or a she?
I don't know. I haven't been
Because
able
you've
to
been
sex
switching back and forth.
I
with
say
genders.
he, I say she, I don't know. But I don't really know. I haven't gotten a molt that I can sex out of it. But anyway, successfully rehoused, even though it was a little scary. Okay, so I'm adding this rehouse on here. I wasn't planning on this rehouse, but I have a mature male in my Balfouri communal that needs to come out, and I'm shipping him off, but every time he's out, all of the ladies are out. So, and I noticed that there's some mold in here. So for right now, I'm going to rehouse them all into this enclosure, which is smaller. But then when I get slings back, I have one of these enclosures that's this size, well, bigger than this size. And so when I get slings back and I get ready to put them in with the 3 that are going to be left in here, then I will put them into a much bigger enclosure. But for right now, we are going to get set up to catch everybody. It's going to be a lot of fun. Not really. Okay, so here we go. Last time I did this and I stuck them all in here, it went fairly easily. They were a little bit smaller, and I really hate to destroy all this because they're finally starting to just web the heck out of it. But since there is mold and I need to get the male out, every time I've tried to mess with the male, the ladies all tend to come out, and it tends to be a bit of there's no way to open this without the ladies all trying to escape. So I've got about 1 million catch cups, and we're gonna hope that this goes well. So here we go. This enclosure does not fit into my other deal. Actually, it might fit into just my plastic deal. Let's find out, because at least then I'll have one barrier. The other reason why I didn't like this is because it has this wire top, and I wasn't able to, like, so from my Tea Blondie, I was able to get plexiglass and put plexiglass underneath this and then put holes in it, and that worked out really well for my Tea Blondie, because he doesn't climb up onto the top, and so it's a good little this barely fits inside my plastic bucket. Oh, sorry, don't mean to block the camera. He doesn't, if he climbs, goes to the top, he hits plexiglass and doesn't hit that wire. But because of all the stuff with COVID, I have not been able to get plexiglass. So I'm gonna start by taking out rocks. So it's been I know that there's a female right. I don't know if you can see. She's right there. The rest of them are all down inside. They're down inside here somewhere. So I'm working in areas that doesn't have any spiders right now. Getting ready to move this rock where there's a female. I'm gonna get me a catch cup ready. I'm gonna try not to upset her too bad. I'd like to get this rock out if I can. There's a roach right there on it. I'm gonna reach in. Should not reach in, but I'm gonna reach in because she's over there and they're all down in there. So I'm gonna reach in and grab this rock carefully while watching her. Okay, let's try to use a square. I saw webbing move over there, so now I'm a little bit perturbed. I'm hoping I can just get her. Okay. All right, look at there. There she is. Oh, this webbing is so thick. Look at that. It's so thick. It's awesome. I love their webbing. I'm very sad. Ooh, there's one. There's two. Look at that. This is the male. I'm pretty sure. Yes, this is the male. So the male, I want to try to get him into this because I really don't want to have to rehouse him. So I'm going to try to leave female in there. And we're going to try to get male not to come up here. I'm going to try to get to the male to not come up here. Not up here. Go in there. No. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Come on, buddy. I know. Come on. You see how leggy? Can you see? You see how leggy he is compared to the other one? And I want him to go inside the catch cup, which he probably doesn't want to do because it's moist and they don't really like the moisture, but this is where I need him to go. Inside the catch cup. Down, down, down. He's getting pissed. No, no, no. Down. I'm trying to do something that he can't climb. Like something thin enough that he can't climb it. And I want him to go in there, but he doesn't want to go in there. Since he's being transported, I did have to have some moisture on his paper towels, which he's not thrilled about. No, no. Come on, dude. Not up. Not up. If I could just get him to go all the way in and into the back of that. I want him to go in and I want him to settle. Not up, not up, not up. You see, he's not being seriously defensive. He just doesn't want to go. Like, dude, it's right there. Go in. No, look. It's a tunnel. It's a cave. Come on. Come on, dude. It's a cave. I don't want to have to try to get him into this from another catch cup because that'll be a freaking nightmare. Yes, yes, do that. No. Ugh. Nope, you can't come up. Nope, 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 nope. Come on, dude. I know. And you can see he's not as blue. He doesn't have as many, his coloring is not as pretty as the girl's. Like, he's more brown. And the girl has a lot more blue on her color. And I don't know if you can see his pedipalps. He's like, no, he's not being aggressive. He's being very nice and being very polite. He's just like, I don't want to go in there. He's like, can I just stay with my ladies? Except for the problem is his ladies are not. Okay, I'm gonna give him a second. The problem is his ladies are not old enough to breed because they're his sisters. So okay, so this is not ideal yet. I still will need to put the I'll still need to put the pad on this. But he's in there. And I'll try to do that real quick. I'm going to do it off camera over here because I don't know if you can. Here, there you go. I'm going to add another one of these because it's not going to be thick enough. But for right now, I just want to have him sealed in here where he can't get back out. And where he's in there. All right, male is in here. That was eventful or fun to deal with. All right, I'm going to take this cork bark out. There is some mold on it, so I'll clean it before I use it. Make sure that no spiders are on it. Can't see what I'm doing. Nope, no spiders are on it, so I'll clean that before I put it back into the new deal. I'm gonna assume probably gonna have a spider. Yeah, there's a female right there. There's one right there. I'm gonna try to get this chunk of dirt moved. I know there's 4 in here, so that's how many was in here when I rehoused them. So I started off with 6. I had 6 little slings. I had one that died pretty quickly, like within a couple days of me getting them. And then I hope she's the only, I don't know if she's the only one over here or not. I'm gonna try to get her to come up. Yeah. There we go. So yeah, I started off with 6. There's this one. Should be another female. I mean, it could molt out to a male still, but should be another female. Start off 6. One of them died pretty quick. And then, and that one died like on top. So I knew it had died right away. And that was just like what happens with slings. And then when I did the rehouse from that enclosure into this enclosure, no, from that enclosure into the other enclosure, I've rehoused them twice. There was only 4, and so I've had 4 the whole time. I'm going to assume there's probably going to be another one. There might be another one down in here. This looks like it goes down quite a ways. I don't see, it looks like they didn't really dig this way very much. I'm going to try to see what happens if I take out this cork bark. And then I hadn't seen all of them out, so I didn't know. I didn't know if I still had 4 in here or not. But then yesterday, 3 of them were out, and we saw a 4th one. So we do know that there's 4. There she is. Oh, and she is pissed. Okay. Let's see if we can get her to come up. She looks like she's pre-molty a little bit. She's chubbly. Woo! She's got a fat booty. But she's having some difficulty climbing, so she's probably pre-molty. All right. That there is number 4. All 4 of them. It was only a little crazy with the male. So I'm going to move this. I've got to get the other enclosure set up with the dirt and all of that. And I got to clean this one cork bark really well and get all that prepared. And then we will be back. Alrighty, here it is. I've got it all set up. I got the 2 original cork barks back in with, they've got an area right here they could go under. They've got areas right here they can go under with space that they can go back that way and back that way to dig all of this up here. Hopefully they'll start webbing it and get me a nice pretty web castle again. I'm not going to put the water dish back in. I'm just going to mist them every once in a while because these guys don't appreciate a lot of water, and since I think that water dish that I was using was leaking, we're just not going to put it back in here. So yeah, so now what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to get the spiders to go into the little spots a little bit at a time. This should be interesting. We'll start with this one. Definitely doesn't have the same look as the male on the pedipalps. The pedipalp of the male, you could tell he was a lot thinner than these guys, and his pedipalps had big little nubs on them. So definitely could tell the difference, and the difference in the legs. Now these can still maybe molt into a male. It's hard to get a molt, but I don't think they're, right now, they are definitely not mature males. So definitely hoping they're females. So, all right. I'm going to try to get this one to go right there. Thing is this is not a regular catch cup, so I don't know how this is going to work very well. I'm going to see if I can just maybe tap her down a little bit, because I don't have any holes in this one. And I don't know if I can get a straw up inside it. The only thing about this enclosure is it has a very small little opening, so it doesn't give you a lot of space. And I used catch cups that didn't have, that I use for enclosures, so there's no holes. Hopefully she's just gonna go down. She definitely doesn't want to. And she'll just realize that, oh look, if I can, there we go. And she went right where I wanted her to go. That was good. All right. We're gonna try it again with this one. Again, same thing. This one does have a little bit longer legs, but it's definitely not mature. Definitely isn't a mature male or female. So it does have longer, a little bit longer legs. I'm gonna try to do this the same way. Hopefully just get her coaxed down and realize that there's dirt. Okay, it's not exactly where I want her. She's right there, but as long as she doesn't come towards the opening right here, we'll be all right. I try to just get her to go down and go into a the only thing is this does have these lips, so she's more encouraged to if I could get her to go down to the dirt where she feels the dirt. There we go. That'll be all right. She'll be okay right there now. All right, so one more. Yeah, definitely if you look, you could tell it doesn't have the same pedipalps that the male had. Definitely doesn't have the long spindly legs that the male had. Ugh. Oh, that's exactly where I want her to go. Well, that was a little terrifying, but they did go down. I'm gonna stop this for a second so I can switch the camera around because this thing doesn't switch very easily while I'm filming. All right, so I do want to close the top just because these little girls are still moseying around. But there's that one. There's that one. Look at how pretty. Look how pretty she is. See all the blues in her? Oh, so pretty. And the other one is, I don't know if we can see it in there. Probably not. Let me see if I get a flashlight. Can make her out right back there. There's the other one. So all rehoused. There we go. Look, let's see if we put the light. Oh, look at the pretty blues. And you definitely can see the male didn't have those blues anymore. He was kind of really muted out. Oh, and look at the blues. I love these guys. These are so pretty. So anyway, this rehouse is done. Hopefully they will build a fantastic web castle. I might try with my camera tonight to set up a time lapse and see if we can get anything. But last time it took these guys a while to web, so I don't know. We might try some time lapses and see what happens. All right, well, there we go. That's the end of the video. Sorry about how it went in and out. I don't know, my iPhone's being weird and it wasn't adjusting things. I've edited this video twice, so I don't know, the video was driving me crazy. But anyway, that's the end of the video. For next time, I'm planning on we might have baby goats if Mama decides to release her hostages. I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm going to be working on the tortoises enclosure and doing some things like that. I don't know. We'll try to add a few things. I might go ahead and do some updates on Sage and updates on that dog that had killed the alpaca. I have a few updates. So I don't know what we're going to do exactly in the next video. But anyway, if you like this video, please like, comment, and if you haven't already subscribed, then subscribe. Until later, we'll see you next time. Bye.